All right, so here we have in all of its amazing aesthetic glory is the demo of the mechanism by which the game logic is going to be played. This will strip right here will be put underneath the keys of the keyboard, and the little reed switches on top here are going to be controlled by magnets underneath the keys that will rise and fall over the top of each one of those. Each one of those pipe into a pair of shift registers here, which basically just takes all of the individual inputs, condenses them down into a single value, which then goes into the Arduino, and then the Arduino determines whether or not that's the next proper value in the sequence and whether to keep going or whether it stops and resets. I've got a couple of little status LED lights that you may or may not be able to see over here. The one on the far left is just power, so once you're turned on, it's always on. The next one over here is actually the output that will represent whatever the next part of the puzzle is. So whether this is a mag lock, whether it's a something for the other clue, whatever the output is, this second LED is going to represent power to it. And then finally, the green LED just represents a winning status in the game. So as long as you have a green light, it means you're moving in a positive direction. And if you do anything incorrectly, then that green light goes off and you have been reset and you have to start your sequence over again. So I believe, as per our original conversation, the original piece that we're going to put in here is O Susanna. So I've taken the center part of O Susanna, dun 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 dun, and have translated that into what that would play out on the keyboard. Now I've got a little stick here that just has a little magnet on the end. So this represents the same thing that's going to happen with the piano key underneath. So every time that I touch it to one of these, it will represent the key of the keyboard falling and coming back up. So if I go through and tap any of these, it's not going to do anything because none of these is actually the correct key. You'll see that my game status light is still off, but at some point I'll get down here to this, which is the first note of the actual game, and you'll see that now I'm in a winning status because I've gotten the first note. Hooray for me. But if I hit any of the other notes, now it's gone away because now I have not gotten it. But if I keep it in the correct sequence, let's see if I can do this the first time. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I got it wrong. No, I knew I was going to do that. Okay, let's do this again. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. And it shows that you've won, little blinky lights, and the second LED light that represents the output to whatever the next device is that this is going to trigger goes off, and then it waits for some amount of time, which we will determine what that time needs to be, and then it sets itself back up into play mode, and it resets itself, and it's all ready to go. When this is all set up, immediately upon powering this up, it will be in its game mode. So if you ever turn it off, turn it back on again, it's automatically in game mode. So far as programming anything besides O Susanna in here, it is super, super easy as long as you have a basic computer that has a USB cable, and I can show you what that looks like. It's super, super easy. It's just a series of numbers with commas in between and as many numbers as you need in that sequence, and you can replace that any old time you want. And then I will send another video here in just a minute that kind of walks you through the individual pieces and shows you how it's going to fit into the piano and all that jazz. But this is kind of the functioning demo. And then the next step is to actually get this guy set up underneath the piano, and so that the keys themselves actually are doing it. and I should be testing that here very shortly. Anyway, I will send more videos here shortly.